up, and I'm talking, so I'm going to shut up and let you hear Mr. Gerald Toto of Creole Roots.
Yes.
Pleasure to be here, the library, and we're gonna play some Asian folk song for you, and then I'll do a reggae song too.
Yeah, I'm on.
They're all the same. We're all from the Caribbean.
One love.
So, yeah, one more song. Adesile, Moyole, Kebie Sudalisa, Moyole. Adesile, Moyole, Kebie Sudalisa, Moyole. round. When I say Badazile, you say Wanyole, Badazile, Wanyole, Badazile, Wanyole, Badazile, Wanyole, Badazile, Wanyole, Wanyole,
Come in, everybody.
Wanyole, Badazile, Badazile, Wanyole, Badazile, 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 Wanyole, Badazile, Badazile, talk about how people could be, united for real. They call it jour arrivé, the day has come, and to do everything right, and for people to get united for real. Okay, it's a Creole song, I'm gonna sing it for you. You may not understand the word, but you'll feel the vibe.
Okay. All right.
Mini Sazaka in our culture is a very hard worker. So I'm gonna salute Mini Sazaka. Mini Sazaka, oh yeah. mwen chavire, Minisa zakagwelie, oye, tonne, Minisa zakagwelie, konoto mwen chavire, Minisa zakagwelie, oye, tonne, Minisa zakagwelie, konoto mwen chavire, pase parade, pase ansteno, pase leoyan, pase petit bois, les amis l'homme rive miragois. Konoto mwen chavire, Minisa zakagwelie, oye, tonne, Minisa zakagwelie, konoto mwen chavire. Of course, everybody love reggae music. I have to do one more Mali song. All fine, yes, they all die. Sold out to the merchant.
met working on a different project, and we came together and instantly connected about how it was really important that we begin the conversation and not only just begin the conversation, but kind of expand on this idea of goodwill and we are our brother's keeper. So with that, we just began looking around to see how we could make that happen, and the movies and all of these other things came to life. Well, along the way, I met a gentleman named John Fedor, and he is an art enthusiast and a photographer who completely has been enamored by Cuba. And as you can kind of see here, Cuba is this kind of in a time capsule. And he decided that he would capture Cuba before all of this new development takes place, because it's opened up. And one of the photographs that really I appreciate is this one right here. It looks like really not a whole lot, but there used to be a building there. And what they did was they recycled everything, repurposed everything, and when the building fell down, they cleared it up and decided to make that a gymnasium. So in order to keep the kids off the street, they decided to make it a gymnasium, boxing ring kind of thing to keep the children off the street. And I thought that was amazing. The other pieces over here, Ruben, our artist, decided to, I have to share this story real quick. I called him up, random, came to his house, and we instantly connected, and he gave me this extraordinary piece that I'm going to say a little bit about, but I'd like for him to stand up to really share his heart as that relates. This is called Weeping Woman, and there's a poem to it, and here is the canvas that belongs to the sculpture. When you look at the sculpture, underneath the lip actually is a child coming out. And it really depicts what women or mothers go through when they let their children grow across boundaries or across the oceans, and they don't ever find out whatever happened to them. But I don't want to speak on his piece because he does such an elegant job. Can you give us a couple minutes?
Sure.
Thank you.
First of all, thank you for the opportunity. Bear with me, English is not my first language, so I'm going to try to explain and translate it. We got connected. She explained it to me, and I got very excited about explain the piece. And as I explained to her that the piece has a lot of meaning for me because I came to the country, crossing the border, but going through there, I learned that it's a lot things happen. Not only Mexico and U.S., but to any other borders, across the world. The sculpture, the painting, and the poem represents and is a tribute to the mothers, basically the mothers who stay behind, hoping to hear from their children, who, looking for a better opportunity, come to or go to other places, crossing borders. And, a lot of those people disappear on the way, and nobody knows about it because there's no record, there's no history of it. No, for example, crossing from Cuba to Miami is 90 miles, but on the way, a lot of people disappear and nobody knows about it. So that has a lot of meaning to me, and it's a reality, that I, love to express and display so for others to understand. For many people who understand, who are from other places, who came, it's more close, but it's some other people that had no idea or no clue, but if they, have the time or the opportunity to be exposed to it, they will understand a lot more. So once again, I thank you very much for the opportunity. It gives me a very satisfaction to be able to express and to expose, and I hope you enjoy and continue, the work. Thank you very much.
Boykin and I played football against each other in high school. Of course, it was a long time ago, and I think the team was a little bit better now at the time. But anyway, we're happy to have him aboard. Richard Boykin, Cook County Commissioner. Please give him a warm welcome.
I'm honored to be here. Let me just say thank you, Marlon, for inviting me to come. Thank all of you for being here as well. You know, history and heritage, those are two things that we got to keep front and center. The reality of it is that if you don't understand your history, then you're doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past. And if you don't understand your heritage, then you really don't understand who you are and whose you are. And therefore, you really don't understand your identity. And so, I think that that's probably part of what we see playing out in the city of Chicago relative to gun violence. There is no more pressing issue for elected officials today than the issue of gun violence. 960 plus people have been shot in Chicago alone this year. 960. Over 164 people have been killed. 300 people were shot in the month of May alone. 37 people killed. A lot of it's black on black crime. Black on black. 5 people got shot this morning in Austin. I covered the Austin area. I covered 7 Western communities. And I went to the scene. I actually talked to 2 of the victims. They were just coming back from the hospital. They were terrorized. They had tears streaming down their faces. And they said, do something. Help us out. Help us out. We got to stop this violence. So after Memorial Day, I put forward a 7-point plan to deal with gun violence. I encourage you to go on my website and check out the plan. If you like it, comment on my website. And if you don't like it, then tell us how we should change it. And tell us what your plan is. Right now, nobody's got a plan. In the absence of a plan, is a plan to fail. Where there is no vision, my people perish. Said differently because we got a preacher. My people perish for a lack of vision. We got to have visionary leadership. We got to have people like Barbara who be willing to stand forward and put events on like this to remind us of our heritage, to remind us of our rich history. And of course, the musicians play. Let me tell you, music unites us all. It unites us across racial barriers. It unites us across economic barriers. Music. And that songs are free. I mean, I often think about James Weldon Johnson, who says, "Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died. Yet with a steady beat have not our weary feet come to this land for which our fathers sighed. We have come over ways that with tears has been watered. We have come treading through the blood of the slaughter. Out from the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our stars cast." He goes on to say more.
Lift every voice and sing.
But most people don't know the words beyond lift every voice and sing. You know, God of our
Weary tears.
Silent tears.
Right.
weary years.
Weary years, better for silent tears.
Yeah, God who is by thy might led us into the light. So, what I'm saying to you today is I want to commend Marlon. Thank you for inviting me to come. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this. I'm honored to be here. But we got a collective Caribbean, all of us, we're in this boat together. And when the boat experiences vibrations, we all feel it at the same time. So we need your help to end this gun violence in the city of Chicago. Our children deserve to grow up and have a shot at living the American dream. And that is of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But if people are taking their life away when they're young, or they're terrorizing grandparents, this is not the
United States home since 1619 with the arrival of indentured workers in Jamestown, Virginia. Over 7 million Americans proudly share their Caribbean heritage. There are many Caribbean Americans who have made great contributions in this country in areas of civil rights, human rights, politics, entertainment, and sports. The following recognizes some of either their country or birth or heritage. The civil rights, human rights movement would not have fared as well without the contributions of Malcolm X, Grenada, W.E.B. Du Bois, Haiti and the Bahamas, Marcus Garvey, Jamaica, Denmark Vesey, U.S. Virgin Islands, Shirley Chisholm, Barbados and Guyana, Harry Belafonte, Jamaica, Stokely Carmichael, now known as Kwame Ture, Trinidad and Tobago. The sports world has benefited greatly from Caribbean athletes such as Tim Duncan, U.S. Virgin Islands, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Trinidad and Tobago, Mariano Rivera, Panama, Rick Fox, Bahamas, Marion Jones, Belize, Carmelo Anthony, Puerto Rico, Patrick Ewing, Jamaica, and last but not least, Roberto Clemente, Puerto Rico. I'd like to introduce a friend, a gentleman, though he's a couple of years younger than me, he inspires me. Very positive, successful, appeared on the show Empire, childhood actor, son of two Kingstonians. For us in Jamaica, that means he has two parents who were born in Kingston, Jamaica. He has a social conscience. He's part of Chicago Concerned Jamaicans, a not-for-profit organization that donates money to aspiring students aspiring to be in high school. He's also on the board of directors for Midwest Jamaican Corps. He is an officer. Also, you probably know him best for his role as morning disc jockey, morning show program, B96 FM. So if you missed maybe a couple of his shows, don't worry about it. He's on from 5 a.m. to 10 in the morning. You may have missed a couple of shows, but you won't miss him. Great social conscious, great leader, great person. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce Jamar J. Nice McNeil. Please show yourself.
Thank you. What an introduction. Well, a lot of pressure. Thank you so much for having me today. It's very, very humbling to get this invitation to speak to you all on behalf of Caribbean Americans here in Chicago and across the diaspora. I'm very, very happy to be here today. It's very inspiring to see something like this going on because we, I believe, are the next step after our parents, our grandparents, and our relatives took those journeys from across the Atlantic or the Caribbean seas, come to America and say, we need to come and get a better life. But at least, when I say better must come, well,
Yes.
we are the product of the better. And it's great to be here to talk to you about my journey and my upbringing and my beginnings. My family came from pretty humble beginnings in Kingston, Jamaica. My mother grew up in Vineyard Town, Jamaica. She was the mother of a house worker. She was the daughter of a house worker, one of 7 children who grew up on Langston Road, if anyone's familiar with Kingston. She attended Camden High School and was very active in her church, All Saints, Holy Trinity in Kingston, New York. And my mother told me stories very young about the day that her grandmother and auntie left Kingston and went to come to Brooklyn. And she said she'll never forget that day because she didn't know what was going to happen. And she said she heard stories of so many of her girlfriends and friends growing up whose parents one day got up and decided they needed to come to America to seek money or to seek an education or a better life. And dice roll of life came and her number was up. So her mother and her auntie got up and came to New York to look for that better life. And she said it was one of the most traumatic experiences of her life because she didn't understand why they left and where they were going. And when well.